Hi, this is Bob Vineyard with the Georgia Medicare Minute. Why do sick people want to leave Medicare Advantage plans? Believe it or not, that's actually a title of an article that I found online, published by NPR. And I'm not a big fan of NPR, but every once in a while I come across something that I find is very useful. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read excerpts from this article to you. And I don't normally read. I just kind of shoot from the hip, so to speak, and just tell you what's on my mind. But I'm still going to tell you what's on my mind. But I'm also going to read from this particular article because I think that it is extremely helpful. I'll also link to it in the description below this video. When Shipotow, Saul, I apologize if I've mispronounced your name, and I'm sure I have completely butchered it, enrolled in a new Medicare Advantage plan earlier this year, he expected to keep the doctor who treats his serious eye condition. Well, that turned out not to be so. He had to scramble to get back into a health plan that he could afford and that his longtime eye specialist would accept. You have to really understand your policy. I thought is the same coverage. I'm going to break away for just a minute from this because the very first client that I wrote when I shifted over to the Medicare side, as far as my business model is concerned, the very first client I wrote had a extremely similar situation. This man had been on original Medicare for a number of years, had a supplement plan, and one year he decided to save money and switched over to a Medicare Advantage plan. Now, this man had emphysema and was on oxygen. He was really not in very good health. But whoever sold him this Advantage plan said, "Oh, it's not a problem. All the doctors, all the hospitals take this." Now, this man is here in Atlanta. And so he went to his doctor in January, and the doctor said, "Ed, I'll see you today, and I'm not even going to charge you. But if you want to come back here and see me, you're going to have to get rid of that and get back onto original Medicare." Well, Ed found me on the internet, which is the way a lot of people do. He called me up. We got together, and through some magic in the Medicare system, I was able to get him away from that Advantage plan back onto original Medicare and into a supplement plan that did not ask any health questions because of the condition under which he was disenrolling from the Advantage plan. So he was able to go back to his doctor the following month, and it didn't cost him a dime to go back to the doctor. Unfortunately, Ed became a client, and he continued to be a client for about 18 months before the illness finally got him. But during that time, Ed was very gracious and very generous in referring other people to me. A few years after Ed's passing, his wife turned 65. She has since become a client. She became a client when she turned 65. She's referred other people to me. So, this is just something that I'm very appreciative of the fact that I was able to help Ed out and his wife and all these people that they've referred to me. But this also points out the fallacy of getting into an Advantage plan thinking that just because somebody said all the doctors take it, it doesn't necessarily mean that's true. All right, let's get back to Saul and his eye doctor. When they need to see specialists, this is from the NPR article again, when they need to see specialists, they often face hurdles. Now, this brings up another point. This is currently November the 28th, and we are towards the end of the Medicare open enrollment period, and there's a lot of information out there on the radio and in print and so forth about all these wonderful Medicare Advantage plans And one of them, I heard just a short while ago, says you can use any doctor you want. Well, that's true. Even though the Medicare Advantage plans are managed care, you can use any doctor that you want to. However, if you have an HMO plan, that's about half the plans in Georgia, half the Medicare Advantage plans in Georgia. If you have an HMO plan and you decide to use a doctor that's not in network, your claim will probably not be paid at all. You're going to come out of pocket for the full thing. If the doctor is not in network under a PPO plan, the claim will still be paid, but your out-of-pocket will be a lot higher. Your copay will be a lot higher with most of the plans out there. So the statement that you can use any doctor is true. However, the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey used to say, is that, yeah, you can have any doctor that you want, just expect to pay more for it. Okay, the GAO, Government Accounting Office, released a report that said they reviewed 126 Medicare Advantage plans and found that 35 of them, that's about 25% right there, 35 of them had disproportionately high numbers of sicker people dropping out. Patients cited difficulty with access to preferred doctors at hospitals, and people who are sicker are more likely to leave Medicare Advantage plans. What this doesn't say is because their out-of-pocket has increased. Medicare Advantage plans are great as long as you don't care which doctor you use or which hospital, and as long as you're in good health. When your health changes, they become extremely expensive. The Medicare Advantage plans also offer additional benefits. This is another enticement that people who are promoting Medicare Advantage plans will use. You know, hey, you got a free fitness club, you've got free gym membership, you've got free vision care, free dental care, and oh, isn't this great? And plus, oftentimes you're not going to pay a premium at all. I mean, what's better than not paying a premium? I'm going to address these issues in another video, Medicare and Other Lies, free Medicare and Other Lies. That's going to be coming up fairly soon. So the bottom line to all this is that you need to go into this with your eyes wide open, especially if you're looking at a Medicare Advantage plan. The Advantage plans have minimal underwriting. All they ask is, and they don't even ask this if you're during your initial enrollment period, all they ask is, are you in renal failure, are you on dialysis? So they'll take everything else, heart problems, cancer, stroke, diabetes with complications, all these other ongoing conditions. They'll take those, but they won't take you if your kidneys are failing. Unlike the Advantage plans, the supplement plans ask a whole bunch of questions, and if you have any of those things I mentioned, heart problems, cancer, stroke, diabetes with complications, or renal failure, you're not going to get a supplement plan. So, basically I tell people choose wisely. If you go into an Advantage plan when you first turn 65, that may be your only opportunity to have enrolled in original Medicare and a supplement plan. And beyond that, there may be some other opportunities. There are some special situations where you can leave an Advantage plan and enroll in a supplement plan. However, your choices are limited. There's only a few plans that you can pick from, and finding somebody to tell you about these no underwriting Medicare supplement plans is going to be a challenge because carriers don't want you. I mean, it's quite simple. Carriers don't want you. And there are disincentives for agents who write that kind of business. So like I said, you may run into a situation that even if you do qualify to leave your Advantage plan and enroll in a supplement plan, you may never figure out how to get it done. This is Bob Vineyard with the Georgia Medicare Minute. You take care. Have a great day.